Assalamualaikum, Bob.
Waalaikumsalam.
My name is Firdaus. I'm from Mediation Center. Can I have a seat?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so thank you. Okay, Bob, can I have you time, please?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Bob, do you know Linda?
Yeah, I know.
Linda, okay.
My
Linda.
colleagues in Novel.
I see. Okay, Linda came to me and at our mediation center. So Linda is willing to complain a dispute that she was facing, and one of the parties is you, Bob. So Linda is having a dispute with you, and she intends to bring this dispute into a mediation process. So Bob, my purpose of coming here to see you is to persuade you to join into the mediation process.
May I know, is it compulsory?
It is not compulsory.
But then?
I'm quite worried that if this dispute is not settled, and it will be a longer dispute, and it could end in the court maybe. So my purpose of coming here, as I stated just now, is to persuade you to come into a mediation process.
May I know the detail when?
Yeah, sure. So the details I will send you to your official address letter, and also for your official email. So the details is there, so you can come to the mediation center.
Okay.
Okay, sure can.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Okay, see you soon. Okay, Bob.
Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and also good morning. My name is Firdaus. So I'll be your mediator for our mediation session today. So you can address me as Firdaus. So before I move further, Linda, may I know how should I address you?
I'm okay with just Linda.
Oh, Linda. Okay, thank you. Okay, how about you, Encik Bob? How should I address you?
Just call me Bob.
Okay, Encik Bob. Okay. Okay, now, I believe that both of you have made a right decision to come to the mediation session today to settle the dispute. So I wish you welcome to our mediation center. So today I hope both of you can cooperate in our session today. So it is well known that mediation session is a better and also a good start to settle a dispute compared to settling a dispute in court. Okay, so you have made a good choice, a good commendable start. So we have agreed to meet here today as our mediation session. So I believe that both of you have signed the mediation appointment agreement, haven't you?
Yes.
Yes,
Both of
yes,
us.
yes.
Okay.
Just now.
All right, thank you. Okay, so before I move further, I will introduce further myself. Currently, I'm studying a degree of law, a Bachelor of Law in IIUM, and currently taking alternative dispute resolution subject. So, inshallah, I'll be facilitate the discussion today for our mediation session. Okay. Okay, Miss Linda, may I know that do you have a full authority to make any decision in our mediation sessions today?
Yeah, I think we do. Because I don't think that the company give us any encumbrances to talk or to decide over this matter.
Okay, thank you. Okay, how about you?
Yeah, absolutely. We have.
Okay, if that's so, it make our discussion today easier. Okay, as for today, I'll be your mediator, as far as I've stated just now. So the most important thing is my position as a mediator today. I would like to state and justify that I'm a neutral and also impartial in our mediation session today. So you can't try or to persuade me to make any decision in our mediation session today. So if any stage, if you find me to be impartial or to be unfair to either both of you, so please let me know if that's so. Okay, so as you know that mediation is a really a structured opportunity for those who are dealing with a problem to make decision. So my role is to assist, as I mentioned just now, to facilitate both of you in decision making. So today I will assist you to make decision to settle your dispute and your problem today. So our procedure or our process today will be, I will explain. For the first one, we'll be having a first joint session, whereby in this session, we are going to let both of you to make an opening statement. Perhaps you can introduce further yourself, and then you can explain what are the issues or what are your main concerns or problems to be discussed. You can tender it. Okay, so from that, I'll try our best to look from my perspective what are the issues, what are the main concerns of the dispute. So next, after the first joint session, we'll be having a private session, whereby in this session you will be separated. I will talk and discuss to you privately, each of you individually. So during this session, and you are allowed to express anything to me as a mediator today, so I can have a clear picture on the issues and also what you actually want to gain from this mediation session. So moving on, after the private session, we'll be having the third session, which is we will come back to the joint session, which is the second joint session. In this session, I will let both of you to discuss, Bob and also Linda and also Bob. So I'll let both of you to discuss face to face. You can discuss face to face on what are the common grounds that both of you can agree in order to reach to an agreed solution. I would like to justify that our mediation session today will be conducted confidentially. So it is a secret. So I will not disclose any information pertaining to our discussion in our mediation session today. So whatever we discuss today should not be any court subject or court matters. So after that, I will make some written notes, but then I will destroy it afterwards, after the mediation session is over. So we won't be telling you to what is right or what is wrong, and we won't judge you. I will judge you whether the thing is right or wrong. So as I mentioned just now, this mediation session is a voluntary process. So if this process is not meeting your needs, you may leave at this time. So is it clear so far, Bob and also Linda?
Yes.
Yeah, so far so clear.
Alright. So can I know that Bob and Linda, have you ever entered into a mediation session previously?
No, I don't have any experience at all.
Okay. How about you, Linda?
Yeah, this is my first ever mediation.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I
I believe that since this is the first ever session for both of you, I shall explain to you the ground rules for the mediation session today.
Yes,
So a little bit explanation on the basic ground rules. You need to know that at a time only one person can speak. You cannot speak each other. During your turn you can speak. You cannot take others' turn and also speak. Only one person can speak at a time. So each person, both of you, need to respect and also listen to each of you every time both of you are talking in your turn. So I assure that for a fair and also equal participation, so you can give your statement when you are asked to do so. And then, have you have any questions so far?
No, not yet.
No, I don't have.
Alright, thank you. So before we move to our mediation session today, before we proceed to the first session, I would like to ask you, please turn off or keep your phone silent. If not, it will interrupt our mediation session today. Thank you for your cooperation. So I believe that we can begin our mediation session today. Can we?
Yes.
Alright, thank you. Okay. We'll begin with the first joint session. So anyone from both of you would like to share your side of story to make it clear on what matter that brings you as a person today to the mediation session today.
Yeah, I think I can go first.
Okay,
since I'm
sure,
the one
Linda.
who
You can go
proposed this mediation. So before anything, I just want to say thank you to our mediator for organizing this mediation session as well as explaining the process. And I also wanted to thank Mr. Bob because agreeing to attend to this session.
You're welcome, Miss Linda.
My name is so as everybody knows, my name is Linda, and I have been a lawyer in this legal firm for just around 2 years already. And regarding the problem, my main issue that I want to address in this mediation session is about the Bob's Act. Bob's Act in using or portraying an obscene picture through his swimsuit calendar, if I may say so, that publicly, which is, there is something's not right with it. And I have been reminding him numerous times on that. So that is my main concern, because such things should not appear in this office. I think that's all from me.
That's it. Okay, thank you, Linda. So I believe that based on your story that you have shared just now, from my view, I believe that I can see there are two things which you would like to clarify on, which is the first one is on the issue of portraying an obscene picture, which is pertaining to a morality issue, and the second one is also pertaining to the advice that you have given to Bob numerously after once and once, but then was refused by Bob. So I believe that it is an issue of communication. Okay, Bob, it's now your turn. Can you share with us what are your main concerns, and also what are the issues that you want to raise, that you want to bring in our mediation session today? Bob.
Hi everyone, my name is Bob, Linda's colleague in our legal firm. Thank you to our mediator, Mr. Firdaus, inviting me to join this mediation process. And also thank you, Miss Linda, because trying to solve our problem and our dispute in the office. My concerns for this mediation process is, first, the communication skills, or the way of the communications made by the Miss Linda. It shows that the communication skills by Miss Linda is very good and don't have any barrier at all between junior and senior. I have been here 4 years ago and currently still working here, but I still have a barrier with the management who are senior with me. I know that Miss Linda have advised me numerous times, but the way of she advised me is very good. It's very good. Then for the second concern is regarding the pictures on my calendar. I think it should not have any problem at all to you, because this is my private place. It has been put on my desk, not your desk. Do you have any problem with that? I don't think so. Only that nonsense.
Okay, Bob. Thank you, Bob. You seem to speak from your bottom of your heart. Okay, I think that I'm quite clear based on your explanation, based on your story, and based on what you have faced in your situation. So, from my understanding, from my perspective of view, I'm viewing that based on both stories from both of you, there are two main issues which I can raise, which I can bring up today, which is the first one is the issue of the calendar picture itself, which is considered as an obscene picture, whereby we can relate it to the issue of morality, and the second issue is the issue of communication, how Linda communicate with Bob, and also the issue of picture just now. So there are two issues, I believe that. So moving on, to make sure that we'll be focused during our mediation session today, I've highlighted to both of you that there are two issues. Number one is the issue of the calendar picture itself, pertaining to morality, and also the second one is the issue of communication between both of you as a colleague. So I would like to open for both of you, which issues do you prefer to discuss first?
I'll just go with whatever Bob wants.
Okay, Bob, how about you?
Communication.
Communication
Communication is essential.
Alright, okay. So since both of you agreed with the issue of communication, therefore we'll start first with the issue of communication. So Linda, if I may ask you, how do you talk to Bob to remove the calendar?
How do I talk to Bob?
Mm-hmm.
You see, because I'm a woman
Mm-hmm.
and Bob is a man.
Mm-hmm.
So, because men tend to not hear the opinion of a woman so much,
Mm-hmm.
so there is a need for me to use a quite strong word, because men cannot accept, will not receive the advice if we just use a soft word or kind word.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I use a strong word like because those picture, it's very bad that I use like tasteless or disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
It's because it is not okay, and that's why I choose to use such kind of word.
Alright. Okay, thank you, Linda. If I may ask further, since you have opted to use a hard technique to communicate with Bob, is there any bad relationship previously between you and also Bob?
Actually, Bob, in terms of work,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen him as a good senior.
Mm-hmm.
He always helped me, assisted me in if I have anything that I don't understand his work, and he also assists me in my work as well if I find it hard for me to finish it before the deadline.
Mm-hmm.
And I also see Mr. Bob as a hardworking person,
Mm-hmm.
say, because he not just taking care of his work on time, but also his junior colleague.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I respect about him. But just about the picture, I just cannot understand. I just cannot understand.
Alright, Linda.
Understand.
So I believe that from your story, you are triggered by the picture that was took by Bob at his desk in the office. So Bob, if I may ask you, how do you feel after Linda communicate or tell you to remove the picture or the calendar itself?
Yeah. For me, it shows that Linda don't have any respect for me at all. First, regarding the manner, it shows that when she said very harsh, using the harsh words, is it relevant or reasonable from junior against to the senior? Is it relevant? I don't think so.
Okay.
So if let's say she wanted me to put it set aside the picture on the calendar, I will do it, but in the proper manner. Is it? But this bastard does not using the proper manner.
Okay, Bob. I believe that I have explained to you the ground rules. You have to use proper words. You need to respect each other. So avoid using harsh words, Bob.
Okay, my apologies, Mr. Firdaus.
Only that also cannot understand.
Linda, please do not interrupt. This is Bob's turn to speak. Therefore, allow him to speak.
Yeah, sorry, I
and
got
then
emotional.
after your turn, you can speak, Linda. Okay, Bob.
Then, regarding the picture, do you have any vision problem if you see the picture? If you have, please refer to the specialist.
Cool down, Bob. Cool down, Bob. Okay. Okay, based on your story, Bob, I believe that you are triggered by the way Linda communicate to you by using a hard way to remove the calendar itself. Okay, Bob, I would like to ask you, let's see if Linda use a proper words, if Linda use a more manner, if Linda use a more manner to communicate to you to replace or to remove the calendar, would you do that?
I can consider it first. Maybe I can put set aside, or maybe it can be seen only me, the calendar. Either way.
Okay, thank you, Bob. So I believe that this is a very sensitive issue, which is pertaining to a communication issue. This is pertaining to the communication issue. So based on both stories that Linda and also Bob, both of you had shared
Sorry
with
for
me.
interrupt, Mr. Firdaus.
Yes, Bob.
For me, the picture is too personal. As long as the company or the legal firm permitted the staff to bring along with me, I don't think we have a problem to us, is it?
Okay, thank you, Bob. So I come back to our first issue just now pertaining to the communication. Just now, Bob, you said that you can consider if Linda use a proper manner, proper words to communicate with you to remove the calendar. So I believe that this is a very sensitive issue which is pertaining to communication issues. So I believe that communication is something that can be settled since both of you are intent to cooperate. If Linda can use the proper words, therefore Bob can cooperate to remove the calendar. So can I move to the second issue that you have shared just now based on the first opening statement? Can we?
Yeah,
Sure.
absolutely.
Yeah, okay. So pertaining to the issue of morality, which is Bob, you have portrayed or you have put a calendar which contain an obscene, or we can see that an inappropriate picture at your desk. So I would like to ask Linda first. Linda, why do you think that the calendar should be removed?
You see that when we live in a society, there is a thing that we can do and we cannot do. It's just a basic thing. So can you see, as a woman, that picture will you see, as a woman, of course women will not be uncomfortable with that. It shows that like we are living with what do we say, with a psychotic person or something.
Okay.
So don't be offended. And can you imagine if the one who is in the picture is your mom or your sister? Of course you don't want that, right? So such picture is not really appropriate for it to be portrayed publicly.
Okay, Linda, so do you find it distracting if you look at the calendar?
Yeah, of course. How can I pass by the table without noticing it?
Okay.
It is so clear, it is so big.
Okay.
So yeah, I can do my work as usual and can submit on time. But every time, every day I go to the office, I do feel distracted and uncomfortable.
Alright. Okay, Linda, I believe that the publisher of the calendar noticed the content of the image of the calendar. So, do you think that we can tolerate with the image or the content itself?
You know, but when a publisher approves something, that doesn't mean that that thing is morally correct to do so, because
Okay.
there is a good and there is a bad publisher, isn't it? Yeah, but I do think that most of women will not agree with that unless it is a wrongly minded woman or something.
Okay, Linda. Thank you. So I can see that you are strongly with your stand that an inappropriate picture cannot be bring along or cannot be put in the desk of a worker in the office.
Just want to add, I do think that if the picture is more modest, such as at least it covers up the body or maybe certain sensitive part of the woman body, yeah, that's one of course I can tolerate, because before this also before this Mr. Bob has already put up in some way inappropriate as well, the swimsuit calendar, but not as bad as right now. It is still covered some of the sensitive part, still wearing a shirt, something. Yeah, I managed to keep my, although it is still inappropriate, but I still can tolerate with that.
Okay, understood. Okay, calm down, Linda. So I'll move on to Bob first. So Bob, if I may ask you, do you think that the calendar that you have put on your desk, on your table, is it an offensive picture that is contained in the calendar?
I don't think it is offensive because the picture, the woman that I have in the picture is already covered the sensitive part. Sensitive part. So I don't think it will have a problem with you at all.
One of them is topless. What are you talking about?
Okay, hold on, Linda. Let Bob finish sentence first.
But then you have to know there is a cover, is it?
Yeah.
Behind the body of the woman.
Okay, Bob. That means that you would like to say that it is your place. You have a right to put any picture or anything on your table, is it?
Yeah. As
Okay.
long as it not disturb physically
Okay.
to the Miss Linda.
Understood, Bob. So
Not mentally.
physically, you are saying that the picture is not offensive,
Yeah.
right? Okay, Bob. So just now, I've already asked you pertaining to the communication that you are willing to remove the picture if Linda talk in a proper manner. So if that's so, although you are not agree that the picture is not offensive, would you remove it if Linda communicate again to you in a proper manner?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you will remove it.
Yeah, I will remove it. But in a proper manner, and please try to see. Sorry.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Okay, understood. Okay, Bob.
Please don't be arrogant, okay?
Alright, thank you. Okay, Linda, coming back to you, it seems that you want to speak just now.
No, I think I have made most of my points.
You sure? Do you think that just now Bob has stated that it is his place, he has the right to put anything on his table, on his desk? What would you say to Bob if that's so?
Okay, you see that although it is his place, but others can still be disturbed because it has been portrayed publicly.
Mm-hmm.
The vision of everyone still can look at the place. So maybe it's not physically disturbing, but mentally, you know how important is our mental condition in the workplace. So
you will have any, you have to refer to secretary.
Oh, you calm down, Bob.
you don't remember the ground rules.
Okay.
So yeah, because your role, your place is your right, as long as it don't disturb anybody else. But right now it is disturbing me and also my other colleague, Millie.
Understood.
Yeah.
Okay, Bob, coming on to you. Since most of your colleagues are a female, so don't you think that the picture you are portrayed in your calendar distract your colleagues?
For me, as long as the management of our legal firm allow or permitted the picture or the calendar has a picture like that, allow, so that I don't think it will have a problem.
Okay, Bob, thank you.
Okay.
So,
Because it is right to management, is it?
understood. So, Bob, would you like, if you are willing, are you willing to tolerate, though from your view that the picture is not inappropriate, would you like to remove the picture if it distracts other colleagues?
Yeah, I will. Major consideration, because I think we must have a good environment in our workplace, is it? But then, yeah, like I said previously, the most important thing is communication. Yeah. That's all.
Okay,
Communication only.
Alright, Bob. Okay, so I believe that we have heard from both of you. Maybe you haven't concealed any other thing. The two issues which are the issues of the picture pertaining to the morality. The second one is the issue of communication. So, since both of you have given your views and also your story, so I believe that we should move to the next session, which is the private session. So, just to give each other time to cool down, we'll start the session first with Linda. Can we?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So
I have
Bob,
to go?
you can wait first outside, and then once I call you, you can come back into the gate.
Thank
Okay.
you.
That's all.
So here we are, Linda. Continuing with our second private session, which is the caucus meeting. So in this session, I will ask you privately so you can conceal or reveal whatever you feel you want to share with me. Okay, first thing first, I would like to ask, how was the first session? Is there anything you want to share? Is there anything you want to add or you want to comment?
Yeah, I think the first session was extremely great, greater than what I think, because I can see the perspective of Bob.
Okay.
Because actually before this, I always see only from my perspective only.
Understood.
So I think that is a good start. And also, we have started talking about some possible solution, although not really directly. Maybe after this, yeah. So I think that's very great.
Okay, from the first session, do you think you can cooperate with Bob?
Yeah, sure. I also see him has the energy to try to wanting to solve this problem.
Okay, understand. Okay, so I would like to ask that, how do you view Bob as your colleague?
Okay, honestly, I do not want to talk about this in front of Bob just now. But
okay, never mind. You can just reveal
yeah,
anything. Yeah.
but in the office, he is known as someone who is really arrogant,
Okay.
as well as do some sarcastic jokes, and even sometimes he even bothered the female workers, including me.
Okay.
But but among the male friend, he is okay because actually he also famous for making jokes.
Okay.
I think he is a good friend with Rush, our another male colleague in this department, and I think beside what I said just now, he is an overworking guy who is also help to love people. But I think for something like doing all those, I think he can doing all those jokes which can be attributed to sexual harassment thing, and also the arrogant part. He just cannot accept my advice on the swimsuit calendar. Even I think it is just a small letter for him to just put aside first. But that's what I view what he is like.
Okay, thank you, Linda. So I would like to justify again that this caucus meeting is private and also confidential. So I would like to gain your trust that you can trust me that I will not reveal anything to another party, Bob. So you can disclose anything that you feel it will help to settle your dispute. So based on your story just now, as from the Bob Act, what if Bob does not want to cooperate and does not want to remove the calendar which contains an obscene picture that you have just said just now?
To be honest, I don't think that I can keep up with that. It is so distracting that I feel my mental health is deteriorating over the years, which it make me think twice for wanting to continue this job of mine, just because of that.
Okay.
I am really considering if this mediation session does not work as what I want.
Okay.
I do think that I want to just resign from this job, and although with some encumbrances later, but I wanted to find another job.
Okay, calm down, Linda, calm down. Okay, if let's say there is a solution, what would be your suggestion, in your view, that could settle your dispute between you and also Bob?
I do think regarding the photos, regarding the calendar, he just cannot bring the calendar at all into the office. Just put it up in his house or something. What's wrong with that? I think I will just want that kind of order.
Okay, that's it. Okay, let's say if Bob refused to remove the picture, is there other suggestion you would like to propose?
I think maybe it is okay for him to just, I think I can still tolerate if either the picture is more modest, and also just not portray it publicly.
Okay,
It
understood.
can done without us noticing it.
Okay, understood. Okay, is there anything left that you want to share in this private session?
I just want to share that it is not only me who is disturbed with this kind of thing. Many our female colleagues is also not comfortable with this act of Bob. We keep gossiping at the back, as a woman. We keep gossiping at the back about Bob, but we are fear that if we go to talk to him, then it will create an unhealthy mood in our unhealthy environment in our office. We don't want that to happen. And also we afraid that maybe Bob will do something worse than, because he cannot take our advice. And also our friend Millie is the one who is very disturbed with this as well. And that's why when I that's why I told you that I would go up to making a lawsuit against this, just for him to not publish, to not use that kind of photos in public,
Okay, understood.
because we are in fear of our body, of our safety.
Okay.
That kind of things.
So you would like to have an order for Bob to remove the picture.
Yeah, if possible.
Okay, Linda. So is there anything else you want to share?
No, I think that's all.
That's it. Okay, thank you, Linda. So I'll see you in the third session. We'll be meeting jointly with also Bob. So now I will see Bob first for the next private session. So you can wait outside first, and then you can come in later. Thank you, Linda. Welcome back, Bob. So
Hi, Mr. Firdaus.
okay, so this is our second session, which is a private session. So you can reveal anything, you can conceal anything that you feel you want to share with me, which is you think that is private, that is will not be shared with Linda. So you can share it with me, fact or anything that could assist you, that could help to settle the dispute. So my first question is, how was your first session just now?
Initially, I'm unsure. I don't have any feeling at all because this is my first time in it. But then you have to know that when the way of the communication by
Linda.
Miss Linda regarding my attitude, my manner in the office, I feel dissatisfied and of course not comfortable. So yeah.
How do you find just now in the first session the way Linda communicate in the first session? Does the way she communicate in the first session similar as what she communicate to remove the calendar?
Not same at all.
Not the same at all.
Firdaus.
Okay.
Very different. Because yeah, like I said before this, that Miss Linda has been used the harsh word,
Okay.
like not bastard, but it's like the word has been used is too much for me.
Okay. Do you find it helpful during the first session?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So my next question is, how do you find Linda as your colleague, where you have been in the office? You are among the seniors, so Linda have come later. So how do you find Linda's character or Linda's attitude as a colleague?
In regards to her attitude, the main problem that she has to solve is self-righteous.
Okay.
Self-righteous, I remember that during the meeting,
Okay.
you know what, when she instructed all the colleagues there, all colleagues there must follow her command.
Oh, okay.
No objection. But then, she was a junior.
Okay.
This is for me. She has to do something.
Okay.
Yeah, she can talk to the senior. That is the way. That is the way. But you have to know. You can't force someone to do what they want.
Okay.
Is it?
Okay.
Okay. Then the second one is she is supposed to do something that not to be religious
Okay.
in the office.
Okay.
Yeah. We live in the public society.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Bob.
Not in the religious country.
Okay. Okay, Bob. And if I may ask, is it only you, or is there any other colleagues who views that Linda's attitude or the way Linda communicate is not in line with what the colleagues want.
Yeah, I have my team as a superior in the office found that Linda did not competent in doing her job. Yeah, she has initiative to ask the superior, but then until when she keep asking,
Okay.
she was trying first. Then the superior will check
Okay.
the work whether it's correct or not. It shows that she can independent.
Okay.
Is it?
Okay.
Okay.
Bob, how do you find that if Linda keep using a bad way of communication with you?
With me only or with the others?
With you precisely.
Okay, so with me, yeah, sometimes I just ignore it, or I just make it job, or in Malaysian is menganjing. It is proper way for me.
Okay.
To what we call to against him.
Okay. If then, what is your suggestion to settle this dispute?
Okay, actually, for me the picture don't have any problem at all.
Okay.
The picture is put on my desk,
Okay.
not her desk,
Okay.
and not this.
Okay.
Is it?
Okay.
Only mentally.
Okay.
If mentally, he should refer to psychiatry.
Okay.
Ah.
Okay, Bob. Okay, calm down, Bob. Okay.
But then,
okay. Let's say, Bob, if you put your situation in her shoes, you are a female officer or a worker in a working place, seeing that your male colleague carrying and putting a picture of obscene lady's picture on the desk, do you feel offended with the act?
I feel impartial. Maybe yes and maybe no.
Maybe yes or maybe no. Okay, thank you.
Maybe for the in terms of the agree, the percentage is around 75%.
75% for what, Bob?
Agree with the picture will be offensive
Okay.
if I am a woman.
Okay. So then, Bob, if you view as a woman, you think that the picture is an offensive picture. So now, as a male, don't you think that your act as a male will distract the female worker?
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay, Bob. So that just now your suggestion is that the picture does not distract the female worker because it is put at your place. So if it distract other people, especially the female worker, would you willing to remove it?
Can I suggest the other things?
Okay, sure. Can?
Okay, maybe if I want the picture is remain on my desk, is maybe we may propose to the management to put a barrier or something like wall in every single desk
Okay.
or every single worker's desk.
Okay.
This is my suggestion.
Do you think the suggestion is possible?
I think possible because our legal firm is one of the top legal firm in Malaysia.
Okay, okay, Bob. Okay, understood. Okay, so with that,
And another one is wait, want to add. Maybe the way of the communication, Linda must have a human touch.
human touch.
Yeah, human touch.
Okay.
If she has remain attitude and the communications, I don't think so. She can go anywhere and everywhere.
Okay, understood.
Outside there.
Okay. If that's so, Bob, that means that the problem is only communication, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. If Linda managed to change the way she communicated with you, would that be the solution for you to remove the picture?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Bob. So, is there anything left that you want to share with me?
No, that's all.
That's all. Okay, thank you, Bob. So, I'll be calling Linda to have our third session, which is the joint session. So, please wait for a while. Welcome back, Linda and also Bob. So, we are done with the private session, the caucus meeting. So, we have heard both sides of story. So, thank you for both of you, Linda and also Bob, for patiently waiting for your turn and also helping us to understand the problem better from your perspective, each of you. So now we are back again in the joint session. So in this session, we'll start to discuss the options, the suggestions for this settlement. So please bear in mind that I will not suggest anything to the solutions of your problem. The thing that I will only do is to facilitate both of you to arrive in any solutions to your dispute. So I'll help both of you to explore all of the options that both of you think that are possible to work out in these issues. So from your suggestion, hopefully we will be able to come up with a settlement for this dispute. So I will not take any sides of both of you, either Bob or Linda. So now I'll give you some time to discuss between both of you what is the best solution that both of you can agree with, so that we will come with a settlement of this dispute. So perhaps Bob, you want to start?
Yes, I want to start. Maybe it is a possible way to solve the dispute between Miss Linda and me. Maybe if there are possibility to our management to provide the what we call is the barrier between the staff, between the staff plus this is to avoid maybe distraction or disturbance from between the co-workers in the office.
Bob, do you mean partition?
Yes, partition.
Partition,
Yeah,
okay.
partition. Maybe it is consume a lot of money, but then for me it is better. Instead of avoid or prevent someone to bring something, and if we have a partition, it's like more privacy to do any work. Since our legal firm is more flexible instead of other firm. How about you, Miss Linda? Are you agree with me?
Yeah.
Actually, I think for our company to approve such finances on that matter because of this, I think maybe petty issues, then I don't think it is really possible. But if it is possible, maybe we can try to make an application first. If it is possible, then yes, okay, I do agree. But if it is not agreed by our company, then I just maybe if you could like putting the calendar inside a small cardboard something inside the box, so that us as a woman cannot see the picture.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that, Mr. Bob?
Yeah, I can do that. Sure. Because it's like more. It's like for the purpose of this dispute, to solve the dispute, I think it's better for me to use that method instead of waiting the approval from the management.
Yeah, it will take time.
Because the cost is pricey, is it?
Okay. Linda, anything else?
So for me, maybe we may use the two solutions. There are two solutions. First, keep the picture or calendar in the mode private. Meanwhile, we apply for the partition for the fund. while waiting the approval. So I have to use the cardboard or maybe anything that can keep the picture private, only me can see it.
Okay, understood. Okay, so it seems that both of you have come to a mutual agreement pertaining to the first issues, which is pertaining to the issue of an obscene picture, Bob, pertaining to the calendar. So you are willing to put down the picture, or you are willing to set aside the picture and put it in your drawer, maybe in your cupboard, maybe. So you are willing to do that. So it seems that the first issue could be settled by your cooperation to put down the calendar. So I would like to open for suggestion for second issue pertaining to the communication. Bob, any suggestion?
Yeah, this is for the improvement, not for your shortcoming or anyone. I think you have to attend the class, the communication skills. The communication skills is very important, extremely important. You have to know the meaning, how to talk, how to communicate with the barrier, with the superior. Maybe this is how do you talk with your parents is different when you talk with a friend. Is it? Seem like your colleague. Yeah. That's all.
Linda, any do you agree with this suggestion? Talk to barrier.
When I want to do, I am willing to do anything for the sake of this problem have been solved. But I do think that you just assuming that I am not socially good in communication.
Okay.
No, I know that.
I didn't see that you are not good in social.
It's okay, I get it.
Calm down, Bob.
It is just that, yeah, I know that maybe if I talking in a good manner, then you can understand. Because before this, I just presume that you will not accept such soft word. But because you are saying like this, then yeah, I am not willing to go to that class because I am an already married person with 5 children, and it is so busy to manage my time by adding another class, which is not really, which something that I already know. So I am willing to just behave more in my words. Do you take that as solution?
Maybe you have to improve your behavior. Yeah. In the office.
Yes, sure.
No, I don't have anything to say.
Linda?
Yeah, me too. I think we already come to the
Okay, Bob too. Okay, it seems that both of you has also come to a mutual agreement in this second issue, whereby Linda, you agree to maybe to control your way of communication. Perhaps Bob wants you to behave in a manner that you can speak in a good way to him. So, in conclusion, I could say that these two issues are resolved by the two suggestions that both of you have agreed. So by that, I hope that both of you can continue to preserve your good relationship as a colleague. Bob, maybe you can agree to the suggestion, and also Linda to agree to the solution. So since we have come to an agreement, so the last part in this meeting is to settle the suggestion to be put into an agreement. So I would like to ask both of you whether you would like to appoint an outside lawyer to draft the agreement, or you want me to prepare your agreement.
We don't need no need to.
Yeah, I think the easier the better.
The easier the better. So you want me to prepare your agreement. Sure?
Sure.
Okay, so you give me 20 minutes for me to prepare your agreement, then I'll present to you the agreement, and both of you can sign at the bottom of the agreement. Okay, so bear with me 20 minutes. Assalamualaikum. Okay, so this is the agreement. So both of you can have a read of this content of agreement. So I'll explain first pertaining to the clauses.
Why not just both of us see
Okay, yeah, sure.
directly?
Okay.
So it's much easier.
Okay, so pertaining to the first clause, the first suggestion just now that both of you have agreed that pertaining to the proposal for a partition between the staff members of the office, but yet if the office intend to approve the proposal, then the clauses will apply. But then if the company disapprove, we're moving on to the second suggestion, whereby Bob has agreed to put the calendar content of the picture in a private place. And then moving on to the third suggestion, whereby Linda has agreed to communicate in a proper way, in the most best manner, precisely, and especially to Bob and also the other colleague. So you can view the process, and then you can have you can put your signature at the bottom of this agreement. So this agreement binds both of you, and if you feel you consider that you breached the agreement. So Linda,
This is where I sign.
at the bottom of the page.
Let me have to take a look.
Yeah, sure. Have a look.
Here it is also stated that while waiting for the approval of the application, he also needs to cover it at.
Correct.
Alright.
Okay, Linda. Now Bob's turn. Bob, have a look.
Is there any detail of both of us?
Yeah. This agreement has been agreed upon between Linda and also Bob. So it binds both of you, as I said. If you both did not oblige with this agreement, it considered that you have breached.
Okay, good try.
Okay, thank you, Bob. So with that, I conclude that our mediation sessions today as a success, as we have met into a settlement. So I pray that both of you could preserve your good relationship throughout your work time and also outside the office. So as the mediator today, if there's any wrongdoing from me, I apologize from my side. With that, we should end our session here. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.